In some absolutely sad breaking news this morning, former NFL first round pick and Ohio State football standout Dwayne Haskins has passed away at the age of 24 after being struck by a car in Miami where he was working out with his teammates. This literally broke just this morning, and ever since then, we've heard from Steelers coach Mike Tomlin. Again, he was a Pittsburgh Steeler at the time of his passing. Steelers coach Mike Tomlin weighed in on Dwayne Haskins' passing, saying, "I am devastated and at a loss for words with this unfortunate passing of Dwayne Haskins. He quickly became a part of our Steelers family upon his arrival in Pittsburgh and was one of the hardest workers both on the field and in the community. Dwayne was a great teammate, but an even more tremendous friend to so many. I am truly heartbroken." Um, and it's sad. Dwayne Haskins leaves behind a wife. Dwayne Haskins leaves behind a family, obviously, and it is it's sad. 24 years old to have all of that taken away. Is it's It's sobering in a way, and obviously it's sad because Dwayne Haskins is someone who, if we're talking about on the field, especially during his time at Ohio State, had a lot of potential to be a good quarterback in the NFL. And there were flashes of that. Don't get me wrong. There were flashes of that. If you look at his 2018 season in Ohio State, 50 touchdowns, 8 picks, the dude was completing 70% of his passes. He was everything you wanted in a really good prospect. I mean, he had some mobility, he had a strong arm, an absolute cannon of an arm. Everything was the tools were there. I don't think Washington at that time was the right situation for him at all. I don't think Washington at the time was ready to mold a young quarterback, and I think that really factored into why that didn't work out in Washington. And he was set to be in the mix as far as being a potential starting quarterback for the Steelers. Don't get it twisted. They re-signed him earlier this offseason, just under a month ago, I believe, to a contract so he could come in, compete with Mitch Trubisky, compete with Mason Rudolph for that open starting position at the quarterback position. So I mean, hey, we'll never know what happened. I mean, if everything is to be believed, Dwayne Haskins had made a lot of strides, which honestly I believe. I mean, he went from his time in Washington, where I think he was pushed into the starting position before he should have been on a team that I don't think was ready for him, and that he probably wasn't ready for at the time. And to now, he's had that experience. He's been working with some really good coaches on the Pittsburgh Steelers. He's had that time to kind of digest the game of football and have it slow down for him. I think he could have. I think he could have been good, genuinely. And I know, like, it's a joke about Dwayne Haskins, or it used to be at least, that you know he's gonna find a way to mess it up. I mean, that was one incident. If we're all judged by the worst moment of our lives, then, or the worst professional moment of our lives, I want to say, then I don't know what we're doing. Then everyone would be a joke, but I don't think it. I honestly think that Dwayne Haskins would have had a really good chance to compete for that starting position at the court at in the Pittsburgh Steelers. Um, and apparently he was working out with teammates in Miami where this happened, where he was struck by a car early Saturday morning. He was working out with them. He was training with Steelers quarterbacks, running backs, and wide receivers, and so it was some sort of off-season team bonding activity, some sort of off-season team conditioning activity. Like, the players just got together and said, "Let's go to Miami. Let's work out." And that makes it even more sad. Makes it even more sad. There's a lot of people expressing their sadness. I mean, again, there's really not much to say. He is a great player. Led Ohio State to a Rose Bowl in 2018. He, again, I think had the best of his NFL career ahead of him. He's only 24 years old, and he was in a place where he could have been competing for that starting quarterback position. We'll never know if he would have made it now, obviously, but sobering to think about. We obviously here at Real Take Sports wish nothing but the best, and our condolences to the family of Dwayne Haskins, his wife, and everyone who has been affected by this horrible, horrible tragedy. Um, and yeah, and we're sorry for your loss. But yeah, Dwayne Haskins, former first round pick, former Ohio State standout, very, very much involved in every community he's been in, passes away at the age of 24.